Hello, chat. We're back. Rumors of mine and others' demise have been greatly exaggerated. Mostly exaggerated.
Yeah, they need to find the diamonds for the resurrection spell on my ass.
Yep.
I just had to perform the dorm room necromancy.
Woohoo! Well, didn't you have to tell your roommate how to perform it on you?
Yeah, that time.
Short film, check our Discord. Drex did a short film, it was awesome. So yeah, this is Magic Fish Radio. We're back. It's Tuesday night. We're playing Vampire. This is the beginning of the end of the Chronicle. We'll see how close we get to the end by the end of tonight's game. As you can see, we're running a light ship at this point. We have a rather light crew at this point, so depending on how the story goes tonight, we may be recruiting for more players soon. If not for this, then for another Chronicle of another system, which was the plan for Tuesday nights the whole time. I swear. Because John has
It's our secret agenda.
Yes.
Because there are lots of systems I want to play, but if I don't run them, I'll never get to play them. And it's kind of difficult sometimes to convince people to go, hey, how about this really cool game I found based on an IP? No, okay.
And then he met... And then
I love D&D, but...
Yep. And then he met me, and I'm like, give me new things! And yeah. So yes, this is Vampire the Masquerade, V5, but set in the 1920s. And Magic Fish Radio. We do streaming nights on Tuesdays and Saturdays, but I forgot in my 2-week sinus infection that Easter was this weekend, so we won't be having a Saturday night game. Sorry. But things will be absolutely back to normal next week.
We hope.
We hope. It's been a shitty semester, and I'm not even enrolled in any schools, and so yay, 2022. That was such a great idea. To have a 2022. Or maybe it's just month 24 of 2020.
I lost track a long time ago.
Yeah. But yes, so...
I have to be worried about holidays when alcohol sales shoot up.
Oof. That is a tough branch of retail to be in at any point in American history. Except maybe the 1920s. Well, no, it still existed, it was just way more dangerous. But technically tax exempt because no one was supposed to know about it.
They can't catch you if they aren't taxing it to begin with.
Oh wait, but that's how the mob kept getting in trouble, was with the taxes, so maybe it's not how it works.
Well, they were caught evading taxes on a lot of things.
True. Anyway, speaking of taxing, we have in-game buy-ins for you, chat, but we do not use cash because no one we know has any anyway. So we use channel points, and if you go to the little button under the chat bar, you'll see what you can get us with channel points. I have maxed out channel point earning, so you can get +1s for the player or the GM, which is plus 1 dice, right? Or
yes,
+1 dice, because this is the fistfuls of D10 system. You can get a +1 willpower for the players, which goes into a pool. And there is turn 1 bestial failure into a messy critical. And if you see the spaceship name suggestions, that's for the Saturday night game, which is Exit to Eden, New World of Darkness in space. But not this week. All of these things are in VODs on this channel and also on YouTube if you prefer less obnoxious ads. Twitch managed to do ads worse. I don't know how. And also, join our Discord, where we will be starting up some casting calls for Saturday and Tuesday night games coming up, once I get the last of my brain cells back in order. Oh, Vampiric Yoda just bought a GM +1.
I think Nightbot is dead.
Oh no, I let the Nightbot die like a Tamagotchi. Oh no.
Tragic. Guess I'll pull the necromancy stuff back out.
Oh, I got it.
There it is.
So yes, join our Discord. We're chill. Merc from Saturday nights posts lots of fun stuff in the shitposting channel. R.I.P. Nightbutt. Nope, he's alive. We resurrected him.
Rumors of his death were greatly exaggerated as well. I'm sorry. I did not mean to spread false information.
I mean, everyone needs a hobby. Everyone needs a way to release stress. There are worse ways. And we're playing we're playing the undead right now, so I mean, at least it's thematically appropriate. Anyway, I've run out of producer things to say, so let's turn it over to our storyteller, and then I can go back to being a player and watching the chat.
Hello, good evening, and welcome back. It's been a while. I've missed you, audience, both present and future. I am John, and I will be leading what remains of our coterie through this romp, through this wild and raucous romp that, again, may very well end tonight based on player decisions made. I will, in addition to playing all of the other NPCs, also now be controlling Elizabeth and Isabel. If either of the players of these characters wind up watching again, any deaths that may befall these characters are not necessarily intentional. They are based on how I've seen you play these characters for the short periods of time I've seen them played. So I'm trying to play them within the characters as I understand them.
Also, is death really the end in this venue?
I mean...
Depends on how much the Tremere like or hate you, I guess. Or the Giovanni.
Debatable.
Or, you know, if someone ate a Lasombra, not a Lasombra, a Cappadocian way back when and is walking around with that now because they're, you know, 800 plus years old and have been slowly pulling strings for a while. You know, just throwing that out there, maybe, possibly. No spoilers. And yes, so let's go with what's left of the coterie, going straight south off of me, Dracus.
Hi, I'm Dracus. I'm playing Vern, the incredibly impulsive Nosferatu who definitely did a Diablerie several weeks ago. This was like earlier tonight in games, so it's fine.
Yeah.
I'm having a hell of a night over here.
You're so new at it, your lines haven't even come in. You're a baby Diablerist.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair, the benefits from having Diablerized haven't technically kicked in yet.
Nope.
And one last introduction from our channel producer.
Ironically, my character came in already with multiple people in her brain. Now that's the whole coterie. Hi, I'm Chris Fisher. I forgot to change my Zoom name. I'll do that after my intro. So, I'm Chris Fisher. I'm playing Charisse / Riza Lowell, the Malkavian occultist who is either a very boring bookworm who's really good at research or a hypersexualized, tempestuous femme fatale who's also from the southern states. One is British, one is a Southern Belle. It's amazing.
You do both accents so fabulously.
Thank you.
Especially when you had your little Smeagol Gollum moment.
Oh, yeah?
That I clipped that. It was
Think
wacky.
about that sometimes.
I played this character in a LARP for like 2 years, and no one thought to do that, but it was also a LARP, and there were like 20 to 30 people there, so it's like, we don't have time to play you against yourself when there's 18 other people in the room, Chris. But that's the fun of tabletop. Is the personal attention and torture.
I also just thought that was a perfect opportunity, and the scene was brilliant.
Yes. So yes, and I believe last game, so Actually, GM, why don't you recap? Because my caffeine is still a little wobbly.
Fair enough. When last the Coterie was seen, it was into the mid-evenings of one of their final days in the great glorious city of Paris. And they were going to handle either accruing some information for or the elimination of a Domaine Thoreau, a Bruja who has been up to some super shady dealings and been up to no good.
Confirm.
Can half confirm. You went to an estate which is basically his haven, but was overseen and arranged with the help of a toreador with whom you all became recently acquainted. And the first to attempt to break in was Vern, trying to follow in a car that had just moved in past the gates and blitzing in, invisible to all, and hopefully not getting his leg caught in the door. It was at this point that Vern watched as a staked figure was pulled from the car and brought inside the house. Oh dear. Oh my. And Vern did follow this body brought through to a lounge area. And when left alone, Vern went to remove the stake and free this figure from torpor. A slight haze, a fuzziness came over Vern, but quickly passed, and then proceeded to yank out the stake of one Elizabeth, a Hollywood starlet who was driven from her home in Hollywood after her sire went missing and strange people began looking for her. She fled her way to Paris, figuring that the issues here in the Americas would not follow her there, and knowing that Paris is one of the most toreador-friendly cities in the world. About 7 hours after she got in, she wound up getting torpid and bagged. After taking a loop round, Riza and Isabel began their Mission Impossible themed break-in from a side servant's gate that hasn't seen as much use as it probably had in earlier times. Finding their way inside and finding a ledger that some of this stuff makes sense, some of this stuff doesn't. But all of it is bad, because those are explosives and those are guns.
You know who would know all of these words? That Master Toreador merchant prince that we met in Paris. We should bag this for him.
He would know a few. And passed by a stairway down into a basement that didn't smell inviting to someone with heightened senses active, or regular senses active. The invisible Vern carting around the starlet Elizabeth winds up finding their way back into the pool hall, where Vern, in the course of opting not to go into the main hallway to try and find a way out, finds a secret passage leading down into a private subterranean office. And while rooting around in the shelves and desks, finds a letter mixed in among some files, addressed to them. This letter is left by Königsmacher, a figure originally deemed to be a figure of myth amongst the nobles of the kindred society. And the Kingmaker left all sorts of very personal commentary, both inviting Vern to come to Vienna so that he and Königsmacher could settle their individual disputes with Watts together, but also pointing out that poor Prince King was going to be in danger. So it really depended on whether Vern wanted to head back to Boston to save a prince who had pretty much done anything and everything a prince possibly could to earn the loyalty of his people, and is one of the few princes who isn't a Nosferatu to give a Nosferatu a fair shake. Or to find Watts, a sire who, as far as you know, turned you, spent 2 nights with you, and then fucked off. And you don't know where. And the Nos network has been pretty tight-lipped about where he's been and why he's been. Though you did eventually find out from Prince King that the current Prince of Vienna did specifically request through him, as a respectful gesture from one prince to another, because, again, Prince King treats all kindred with respect because he's a king. And that Watts had gone shortly after turning you to Vienna. Again, his dementation is that he genuinely believes himself a king.
Okay.
And so he must.
But
and
that's
so he
not
must,
how kings act. I've watched Vikings.
Yes.
That's not what
how
kings do.
That's not how real kings work.
Oh, but
the
he's
kings of
Malkavian.
legend.
Okay.
Yes.
Also, well, you know, when you get into vampire privilege, the more you treat everyone with respect, the more the 1% vampires are gonna plot your downfall for associating with rabble.
Yeah, but when he's also the first line of defense, keeping the Sabbat, who are constantly battering down your doors off your ass, you're like, maybe I don't want this job. Maybe I'm good. I'm gonna let him do this and worry about my own resources.
Save Prince King. I'm not there yet. All I found was a cloakroom.
You did.
And then what's her name stole a cloak.
Oh, Isabel wanted some of these cloaks very badly.
A vibrant white coat with diamond buttons.
Mm-hmm. You also did recognize one of these cloaks as well as having a similar aesthetic preference to a figure you saw in a window.
Oh, I did not write that down. I don't think that actually came up, but okay. It took me a while to process it, because I'm a Malkavian.
Yep.
It has to go through 2 processors.
And then the secret third one that just hasn't revealed itself yet.
Fun. Malk life. Oh, and that's where I think we're the ones that overheard some Brute Squad members of whoever lives here talking outside. An operation that was supposed to take 10, 20, or 30 years might be accelerated into Paris burning in the next few days. Something about the Master spoke to the Lord of the Estate. Oh, and then followed by the rest of Europe. So, That's bad. And by the way, I, before stream this time, tallied up all of the bonus pools. My brain is not remembering words. Players, we have 12 plus ones, 4 willpower, and 3 crit exchanges. GM, you now have 22 plus ones. And yeah, that already counts the one that was purchased earlier. So yeah, what happens next?
So let's put on our undead skin suits and get back to it, shall we? Vern, you are white-knuckling, more so than your pale hands normally would, a letter that was written with the intention of it winding up in your hands by a person who seems to know you and your compatriots a shitload better than you seem to know yourself and your compatriots. There's a moment where you think, okay, I just happen to have found this one. There's got to be a letter in here for everyone, right? Right? There's a letter here for no, just for me. Shit.
No, I'm wondering something that I will ask in character when if I get a chance to see the letter, which is
likely.
While Elizabeth continues to admire the shiny new knuckles that were procured from a lockbox in the desk, which had several large curved talons fused to it with once hot silver.
That's right. Those were silver.
Ah.
That's bad.
Oh, yes.
I wonder
yeah.
what those are for. I know.
So, yes, Vern. Elizabeth is admiring them and quietly commenting to herself how good it's going to feel to rake these across the face and the throat of the guy who put her here. What would you like to do?
I'm going to grab as many of these papers as I can along with the letter and just be like, we need to get out of here. Like, I'm done fucking around. We need to get out.
All right. Fine. Just as long as I eventually get payback on this brute who had his men stake me and lay me out on such a gauche couch.
There will be payback eventually.
I certainly hope so. Sitting next to the desk is a small leather satchel that you could easily tuck the papers into, if you wished.
I'll do that. That makes carrying it easier.
Yes, it's almost like it was left there for you.
Yeah. At this point, I'm not even like thinking hard enough to try to counter playing these games.
You just grab it, open up to the biggest pocket, start jamming things in. All right. Okay, make a moment. Fasten it. Don't want to lose these.
Our Chaos Goblin has officially had enough chaos.
For now.
That's a lot.
Thank you.
As I said, I've had a hell of a night.
It's not over yet. So yes, you lead the way back up the stairs into the billiard room.
Does the hallway continue? Because I'm still not keen on going out the front door if I can find a better way out.
The secret doors led to a set of stairs that just led to this office.
Okay, then yeah, go back up to the billiard room.
Unless you want to see if this subterranean office has a secret door.
I'm so tempted, but I don't think I'm thinking about that right now. I just want to get out, and I know where at least one door is.
Yep.
But do they know where the other half of the coterie is?
As far as they know,
that seems like a you problem.
The other half of the coterie's driving around in the car waiting for Vern to make his grand exit. Or, for Vern to sneak out and then just have a door invisibly open before climbing inside going, go, drive now. So, yeah.
I am still obfuscated, aren't I? Because I never dropped that in front of Elizabeth yet.
Nope, because a Toreador suddenly seeing a Nosferatu can have ramifications.
Yeah.
In Isabel's case, it's different. She knew this. She knew you matter. It causes her discomfort the way it would many Toreador, but
she's a Ventru though, isn't she?
She's a Ventru.
Oh, that's right. She was Ventru. She just acted a lot like Tori.
I kept doing that too. Oh no, I'm contagious. I kept doing that.
Well, it's also been like 3 weeks. So yes, Isabel was bothered less by it being a Ventru. correcting that. But yes, a Tori can very easily be rendered near catatonic in the presence of sudden horror.
Yeah, so regardless of whether or not I know this, I'm still not gonna play with her trust in me here.
I will say this, you have been maintaining this for a while, so you make me another roll to maintain your obfuscation. Because you've already been trying to maintain this a lot longer than a kindred of your skill level normally would.
Remind me what I need to roll for this. It's been 3 weeks.
Yes, I will bring up the obfuscate. Let's see, that is clairvoyance, celerity. Oh, excuse me. Fortitude. Obfuscate. And you are using...
I believe Unseen Passage.
Unseen Passage. Please make me a rouse check.
Okay, that's just 1 die.
That is 1d10.
Yeah.
And you tell me if you succeed or fail.
I succeed.
You do not become hungrier. But as you feel your obfuscate beginning to flicker and Elizabeth slowly turning, you're like, no, 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 my face. It is at this point the satchel now also disappears, because as your obfuscate was beginning to flicker out, the satchel was just sort of floating there for a moment on shoulder until you restabilized your obfuscate. But you use your voice to call her forward and lead back up the stairs into the billiard room.
Question in case it comes up. Jim, when I had visions about Mortimer being in a thing in someone's office screaming, did it look like it would be an underground office? Or did it look like there were windows? Okay.
The office you saw had a very large window behind a desk. There was a rich red carpet with gold accent to it. It was very much a come step into my incredibly amazing office. Please walk in and feel inferior to me. I don't have a small penis. What are you talking about? Yes, it's very much one of those kinds of office.
A Bruja office. Well, a wannabe High Clan Bruja office.
Depending upon who you ask, a Ventru office. But yes, in an office of that nature, they did not just randomly miss a ritual to torture a ghost in this office as they were looting it for shit. Yeah.
Hey, what's the magic? What's this shiny thing that sounds like it's screaming? No.
That's a whole other room.
The old French chateaus. Of course, there's a room just for screaming.
And we would have it no other way.
I like Paris in the nighttime.
I think you enjoy Paris in the nighttime a little less now. So yes.
Well.
Vern, you are in the billiard room. What do you do?
I'm gonna go listen at the door.
All right. Make me a wits awareness check, please. Oh, wait, awareness. Yes, awareness is still a skill, yes.
5 dice should be enough. You know what? I'm going to spend a player +1 just because.
Do it, because I'm going to be burning storyteller +1s all evening.
That is 4 successes.
Okay. As you place your invisible ear against the door, you hear the sound of footsteps and the sound of a door closing on what sounds like the other end of the large entranceway you walked into. And you hear another set of footsteps that sound like they're ascending a set of stairs, which you recall there being a large set of stairs leading upward when you first entered. But after 20, 30 seconds, you hear nothing.
I'm gonna look at Elizabeth and be like, I think we're clear.
I'm having a really hard time figuring out where you are.
I'm sorry. I was listening at the door. I don't think there's anyone on the other side of it now.
Okay, good, excellent.
I'm gonna open the door.
Okay. You open the door and you enter again into this very, again, ostentatiously decorated entrance hallway. As you step in, there is the large stairs leading up to the second floor on your right, and there are 2 doors flanking it. On the first floor is you, on the left and right. There is the door you're entering from, and there's the door across the hallway. And then, of course, there's the large double doors from which you originally entered the building.
Doors to the outside, where I want to be.
Yep.
I would like to go up to the outside doors. Is there a way to look through and make sure there's no one on the other side of those? Or is it just solid doors?
These doors are solid, but there are large window panes to the left and right.
Okay, I will glance out those before I go and just throw a door open.
As you come around and you look outside, you see a few figures standing outside currently smoking cigarettes. So you assume that they are ghouls. as most kindred. I mean, a few of them continue to keep the habit after undeath, but very few still retain any pleasure from it.
Mm.
But there's at least a couple of ghouls outside currently smoking. I mean, you could probably, predator your way through them with relative ease. But it might take a while.
Mm.
And unfortunately, you cannot extend your obfuscate to another person.
Yeah. There are people outside. Do we want to make a break for it? Fight? Find another way out? I want to find another way out, but...
I mean, I'm feeling pretty good about violence right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, honestly, ever since we got into that office, I've been feeling pretty good, pretty powerful. I think it might just be my general aggression at being chased from my home and then abducted and staked and put in here, and then listening to an invisible person that may or may not be one of my captors, but could also just be stress leading me into delusion. But
I'm definitely just stress leading you into delusion. Let's go let's go pick a fight.
Well, at least we'll find out where we all are.
All right.
They're just ghouls. We can take them.
All right. So you go to open the door and just charge out.
Yeah.
All right.
They won't see me coming.
You grab the two door handles and you pull, and it's locked. And this
God damn it.
This is not the sort of door that would just be locked by just the turning of a latch. This is the sort of door that you need a key to lock it from either side.
Huh.
You know the type of locks I'm talking about. Like, again, those much older time locks that were especially popular in wealthier estates.
Yeah. So I guess Elizabeth just sees the doors rattle.
Was it your intention to get them looking at the door by making it shake like that?
No, I was going to open the doors.
And then get their attention.
They're looking at the door right now. They're looking back at each other.
Let's go find somewhere else to be then. Yeah. Shall we?
Yeah, that might be wise. Where?
So it's just the door to the room I was in, doors on either side of the...
So that the entrance is to your back. On your right is the door that leads to the billiard room. On your left is a closed door, which you heard someone enter through when you were listening.
Okay, so that one's off limits. We're not going there.
There are the stairs directly in front of you. And then there is a door to the left of that and a door to the right of that.
Do either of those, based on what I know from having seen the house on the outside, seem more likely to lead to a hallway that might have doors to the outside or windows that open or something?
There are definitely more there should definitely be more rooms heading further back along here. It's likely these two lead to hallways or lead into another large room that connects to smaller rooms.
Okay. Gonna take a wild guess and go right then.
Okay.
The base of the stairs.
All right. I assume you say that out loud.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you can't just go, that one.
Yeah, no, I'll be
You're invisible.
To the right of the stairs.
You're right or am I right?
Just follow the open door. I'm gonna just go and open the door.
All right. So you just walk up and you open the door. And you open the door right into the face of two people who are walking down this hallway as they're speaking in French. And the two of them stop as all they see is this door open, and then 8 feet back, Elizabeth.
Whoops.
Riza, you had just heard two of them talking, and you heard the sound of a door open as they were leaving. It is at this point that you now hear them go, sacred blood. She got up. Excuse me.
Oh, sacre bleu, not. I thought you said sacred blood, and I'm like, what?
Sacre bleu. That's
it a
what
cult?
sacre bleu means.
Oh, is that?
That's what?
Oh, okay.
Sacred blood. Yeah.
Oh, yes, that does make sense. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just gonna keep with inserting random bits of French because it helps me maintain the accent better.
Okay. Uh-oh.
Sacre bleu, she's awake. Well, the master did say that they got what they needed. All right. And Vern, you watch as they start pulling out their sidearms. And as the sidearms are coming up, you know, to a level where you can see them more clearly, you notice that there's a little bit of illumination coming in from the barrels.
Oh no, magic bullets! Again!
So, Vern, what would you like to do?
Magic dagger? Stab one of them?
All right.
They don't know I'm right in front of them.
No, they don't. You only have the one knife to stab with, right?
Yeah.
All right. So roll me to stab one of them, and I will roll the other ones to hit.
Oh, thank you.
What's that gonna be?
Someone named Ms. Chrysula just bought 5 more player plus ones. With some of her 73,000 channel points.
Subtract a storyteller +1, please.
Yes, sir.
What is this roll going to be? Oh no.
Okay. I need to roll Elizabeth's defense now.
Oh dear.
It's a very, very small... I actually need one more for that. Yes, I need one more for that. Yeah. No. Elizabeth's fine.
Good.
And swing and a miss.
Yeah, he rolled a 1 and Elizabeth rolled a 4. So, yes, please roll to stab the other one because that's going to affect. I assume when you're going to stab, you're getting out of the way of the barrels of the guns.
Yeah, I'm not suicidal.
Yeah. You remember how close you came.
Yeah.
So yes, roll, and if you succeed in taking out this individual, I won't roll his attack. However, if you fail to kill this individual, he still gets to pull the gun. He just loses 1 die to the attack roll from being, stabbed.
Okay, is this Dex Brawl? I don't know what I'm rolling.
In this instance, you would be making a... this would be melee because you're using a weapon.
Okay.
So dexterity melee.
Okay. I'm going to use a player +1. I would like to not get Elizabeth killed here and not die myself. Seems reasonable, right?
One would like to think.
It's 4 successes.
4 successes. All right. He does not get a defense roll because he did not see this coming. And then the bonus damage from the knife was... Yep. So, you turn and you stab this one individual. The other one fires. Elizabeth's like, shit! The bullet goes, smashes through the pane of glass, catching people's attention. You hear voices speaking in French. Panicked, screaming, wow! The other one turns as he sees blood starting to pour out of his associate's chest and run down the haft of the invisible knife in your hand. Just as the tiny little flicks of white begin to ignite. As you may recall, the knife you grabbed, when stabbed into people that have traces of kindred blood in them, causes them to ignite.
Yeah.
Oh, that was...
And while this is a ghoul, this ghoul has kindred blood in them.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't do as much damage, but his blood has just ignited.
Yeah.
And mortals aren't really good with that.
No, they're
No.
not. Especially not when it's...
Spontaneous human combustion is kind of a thing they don't usually survive.
Incidentally, I need you to make me a resolve plus willpower check.
Okay.
Oh, this is the fake hunter's knife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
okay. The real hunter's knife taken off a fake hunter.
So is this going to be... I have 5 willpower, so it'll be my resolve and my willpower.
Yes.
I have not used the knife, and it's also, again, been several weeks.
This is also the first time you've used the knife.
Yeah.
Last time you saw this knife used, it was stabbed in your buddy Philippe.
Yeah. That led to diablerie.
And Philippe was just really lucky that that roll was shit, because otherwise it would have killed him.
That was 5 successes.
Okay. So you are able to resist the urge to run away screaming from what your body goes, sunlight, sunlight, sunlight.
Fair.
You maintain grip on the knife as you rip it free. And because it was only a ghoul, the flames die out fairly quickly on the knife because it burns through all the traces of kindred in the blood. He, however, starts looking very, very strange as the white fire starts burning its way through all the kindred blood in his veins. And you watch as his entire circulatory system turns bright red underneath his skin as he falls to the ground.
Okay.
And I don't remember if attacking drops your obfuscate. Unseen passage. As long as the user emits no overpowering odors and no sound louder than a whisper, the player automatically works only if the player observes. They sense the unseen. Note the user cannot use the powers to disappear while being actively observed. It automatically fails on such a... Okay, so yeah, no. Theoretically, make me another rouse check to see if you're if in your like briefly panicked state you were able to maintain your
That was a success.
Okay. So you were able to not stir your beast and maintain your invisibility.
Oh, cool. Attacking doesn't break obfuscate. Ooh.
I was going to be okay with it if it dropped, but like if it's
better.
staying up.
It does not say here in the power unseen passage that attacking drops obfuscate.
Okay.
That plus, I think it adds to the creep factor. If you feed on someone while invisible, you just watch this person held in the air, and you just watch blood sort of squirt out and disappear, squirt out and disappear, squirt out and disappear, which is just horrifying and creepy. And if that doesn't sum up vampire, I don't know what does.
Oh, Milk Maven just bought another GM +1. Thanks, bro.
So, yes, Riza, from where you are.
So, given that, so the people I was listening to before are the ones who are like, "Sacre bleu, she is awake! Bang, bang!" And then the sound of a human combustion.
Yeah, the sound of a now panic going, "Oh, mon Dieu, what the hell? What the hell? What's wrong with you?"
Well, they said they referred to a female presenting person. However, definitely not someone who should be up and about, so maybe a new friend.
Mm-hmm.
So I look at Isabel and I'm like, well, I think we should go make some friends.
I don't think we have much of a choice anymore.
I mean, we have two choices: make some friends, or use this as a reason to toss the rest of the house, while everyone's distracted by whatever that is.
True, but if everyone's on alert now, the next time we round a corner into somebody we didn't expect to see there, they might just shoot first and ask questions later. And if they shoot us with the same things that dropped Vern, I'm not as hardy as he is.
Neither am I. All right, let's go make some friends.
All right. So you evacuate from the cloak closet, and you see a person whose circulatory system is glowing underneath his skin, but it is slowly dimming. You see a gunman staring down in confusion, you see a person standing there going, "What the fuck's going on?" And then you hear the sound of people outside rushing to the window that was shattered by the bullet that missed its target.
Great.
And the sound of footsteps from upstairs. So, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm out, so does Vern see us?
Oh yeah, Vern, once you manage to come, oh god, sunlight. That was sunlight. Oh, I was not paying enough attention when this thing was in Philippe's leg. Oh god, Philippe survived sunlight in the leg. And oh, what are they doing here? Uh-oh. Because now you see Riza and Isabel.
You know, have the guards seen us?
Oh, the gunman has not seen you yet.
I think we duck back in. I am not the fighty Mulk. I am the sexy brainy Mulk. I have absolutely no combat-related skills.
That's what I'm here for.
And my obfuscate isn't good enough to move with me.
Okay, cool. So... Then, do me a favor and make me I assume you're trying to do this relatively quietly. Then, make me a dex stealth check to make sure you can get inside without causing enough noise to be caught by this guy or someone else rounding a corner. And I will roll for Isabel. Isabel has...
What did you say? It was stealth what? Dex stealth. Dex.
Fucking hell.
Oh, how do I have a stealth of... Oh, because I keep forgetting to spend my XP. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. I would also like to use a player +1.
Go ahead. This would just be passive for him, so just his awareness.
2 successes.
Right. So you turn and Isabel has vanished. Apparently she's been learning from Vern because she rolled 6.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense though.
Yeah. And your 2 managed to beat his 1. So you are able to duck back in there as he turns. He's like, "What door? What? Wait, what? Huh?" Vern, would you like to take advantage of his confusion to stab this one?
Yeah.
Please do so.
I'm gonna use another +1.
Yes.
Yeah, but may as well use them, right?
Yep. We got him. Let's smoke him. Thank you, Mulk Maven.
Just 3 successes.
That is 3 successes. And this one's hit die was... Oh, yeah. Plus, yeah. You, in his confusion, he's about to start fucking loudly. You just step in front and go, "No, lad." Bam! And then you're like, "No, I know what's coming. Out real quick." As you watch the white fire again start to spread, but before it starts igniting so close to your hand.
He walks into his knife 12 times. No.
And that one falls. Okay, I'm willing to bet you're not a figment of my imagination now. That or I've just developed a new discipline power. And it is fucking busted.
It's totally a new discipline power. Just so my friends duck in there.
That's probably a good place to hide, since one of them is a Malkavian and the other is a Von Crew.
It is at this point that you hear the sound of bullets firing as, you know, the guys from outside came to the window with a hole in it and just watched one of their mates get stabbed and light up.
Yeah.
So they begin firing through the window. But much like the antagonist that shall not be named from the pilot story, they rolled like crap. It still amazes me when I roll 6 die and get no successes.
Oh, you'll get used to it eventually, as the GM.
So yes, Elizabeth ducks her head down because even without a chance to roll to defend herself, she gets away unscathed because apparently these ghouls can't shoot for shit. And you all duck into the cloakroom, and I assume close the door behind you. So yes, Vern, would you like to say something while invisible, or Riza, would you like to say something to your new friend with the gnarly-looking knuckles on?
Hi, are you a kindred?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. Are you friends with these guys, or do you hate them too?
They're the reason my favorite blouse currently has a hole in it from when they staked.
I'm just gonna like chuckle in the shadows, like, I'm sorry, I'm just really enjoying watching this. We're all friends here. Let's get the fuck out.
Oh, you met Vern. Actually, how nice. Let's go.
Vern, if you're actually standing behind Elizabeth at this point, you see that the stake actually went the whole way through because there's a tiny hole.
Oh.
Don't tell her the back of the blouse also needs to be mended. She'll frenzy. Oh, okay, so you've met Vern. All right, let's go.
Oh, is that the invisible one who got me out of that terrible room?
Well, he's invisible.
I thought we did.
I assume everything else is yes.
Exchange names at least, but
I'm still not entirely convinced that you're not a delusion on my part. It doesn't help that you've been confirming that I'm developing new discipline powers and having a delusion.
Also, being staked gives one a headache.
Sorry, I'm just a little shit sometimes.
Oh, and this is Isabel.
Oh, hello. Oh, I love you. Wait, I know you. Oh, I caught one of your pictures just before we left. Darling, you're fantastic. Oh, thank you. It's always nice to meet a fan. If we could, though, as much as I would love to sign autographs,
okay, back into the secret passage.
Murdered?
Secret passage, and I head for the secret door.
Mm-hmm.
All right, secret passage.
I do love a good secret passage. Reminds me of one of your movies. You're right. There was a secret passage in one of my. You know what?
Ladies,
later.
please
Later.
Save it for the car.
And into the secret passage you all run.
So now that the building is on high alert, and I still don't have my husbando back. Is that it? It's waifu and husbando, right?
Yes.
Yes. I don't watch a lot of anime, so I still don't have my disembodied husbando. Blah. I'll just stop. Husband.
Just stop to go.
Yeah, actual husband.
Yeah. You've got the ring. He had the ring.
Well, everyone's on high alert anyway. So I'm going to do a Malkavian network ping. Either to hopefully find Mortimer or a big white noise spot.
Okay.
Because I know that's a thing now.
All right. In that case, make me a... Yeah, I mean, this would still be wits awareness. So make me a wits awareness and add your Auspex.
Okay.
I do love the fact that there are Auspex powers that just add Auspex dice in addition to other skills. There's nothing quite as gratifying as go, I'm the best at noticing everything. Here's my 12 dice to tell you. And then you roll 2 successes.
Okay, yes. That's... Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I forgot how to count dice. Okay. Awareness, wits, Auspex, and a hunger die.
The hunger die replaces one of the die.
Yes, replaces, not in addition to.
Now, you see, when we play the alien game, panic adds to the die you roll, but increases the likelihood of you fucking up because you're trying to do something while pressured and rushed.
Ones cancel out successes?
Nope.
Oh.
Not unless it's on...
Oh, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 is a 10, but there is a 1 on the hunger die.
Okay. You still succeed.
Okay.
The the beast is stirring and is not necessarily happy with the situation that you're in, but you're able
People
to
were on fire. That's wrong. That's just wrong.
no frenzy right now. No frenzy. No messy. No bestial failures. No messy criticals. We are going. We are Marines. We are leaving. And as you are pinging to try and find an escape route,
No, I'm not trying to find an escape. I'm trying to find Mortimer. Mortimer, or a big glaring hole in the Malk network, or like white noise gazebo.
I misunderstood. But you do detect Mortimer.
Okay.
But you detecting him back the way you came.
Oh fuck.
Back towards where you entered with Isabel.
Oh, but you mean at the beginning in the kitchens?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Then we'll do that.
Yep.
Because I assumed we were heading back towards the exit we knew of.
Yes, which is exactly where it's leading you.
Okay.
And you go
beep 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 beep. Oh, radar hasn't been invented yet, has it? No.
I think so.
The early stages of radar are here, but they've yet to become a thing people are really aware of.
Mm-hmm.
So you are running, and then you come out into the room where you entered through the secret door entrance, and you are greeted by
no. See, we're gonna come out and then we're gonna carefully look out, or one of us will. Maybe the invisible guy.
Okay.
So that we know if this entrance is blocked and if we need to get the drop on someone.
Okay.
Just because we're vampires doesn't mean we lack all common sense of a good adventuring party.
Okay. All right. So you reach the end of the hallway and you say, Vern, go ahead.
Vern, could you take a look around? Make sure it's still clear.
No guarantees I won't get in a fight.
Oh, granted, but, then you'll at least have the advantage. Because they haven't seen us.
Mm-hmm. So, Vern, as you step out the secret door and you come into the waiting area, or into the actual room from which Riza and Isabel entered, you see two figures standing there. One you recognize from portraits, and one you recognize after your diablerie. And the figure from when you committed diablerie is sitting there looking at an open pocket watch, closes it, tucks it into the pocket of his vest, goes 10 seconds behind schedule. I'm a little disappointed, Vern. And he's looking right at you. And there is a glint to his eye where you go, he's got higher aspects than I have obfuscate, doesn't he?
Which scans, because he has high enough aspects to fuck with the Malk network.
So I assume you aren't going to just, kill us on sight, then?
Did you not find the letter?
Did I?
Okay, well, wow, you took the extra 10 seconds, and that's really disappointing you didn't find the letter in the secret office. All right, well.
It's the secret office. Now I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh, you're fucking with me, right.
Yes, I'm fucking with you.
Why in that, shut up, just be quiet. Well, then you very well know that killing you really doesn't serve a purpose right now. I'm here to complete the offer that was presented. You can go to Vienna and meet with Master Königsmacher, or you can head on back to Boston and see if you can stop the assassination of Prince King.
Is
So,
everyone else hearing this in the background, by the way?
Well, I have heightened senses on all the time, so at least I am, and I'm like, oh.
letter, secret office, assassination. It's your call. I mean, you can leave here freely and head on your way to Vienna. The master is currently setting everything else in motion there and will happily watch you play that game. Your friends, too, of course. Then there's also, you could just leave. We'll expedite your travel back to Boston, and you might get there in time to save your precious prince. Or if you really want to, the two of us could murder you all now and, just have a fun late night snack. Your call. How are you going to play the game? It's your move, Vern. The rest of you can weigh in as well, by the way.
Well...
I'm gonna just, glance behind me a little bit, see if anybody else is going to emerge from the secret passage now that secrecy is kind of off the table.
Well, I mean, if this dude can see through Vern's obfuscate, Charisse is not gonna bother being sneaky. Reese is not gonna bother anymore. She's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I came here to find someone specific.
Yes, I know. Sorry for the whole beacon he's over here thing. But this seemed the best way to get you to come over this way. Plus, this is how you were most likely to wind up escaping to begin with. That being said, if you opt to go back to Boston, you'll get him back once the master's done with him.
Done with him? So what is he doing with him?
Oh, just making sure that there's no lingering secrets.
Of his own or of Mortimer's?
Where's the fun in telling? You'll get him back mostly intact.
Am I to assume he's in Vienna?
I mean, you could get to him in Vienna. Mon Dieu, why are you playing these stupid fucking games? Look, just because you never developed a sensation for theatrics doesn't mean I can't enjoy myself. I'm terribly sorry. You must forgive him. He lacks the sense of flair and presentation that I have. Comes from being ex-Toreador, I suppose.
Yeah, I didn't come here to play games. Where's Mortimer? And how many people do I have to murder or sneak through to get to him?
People is such a broad term, and also quite limiting in the nature of what you might have to go through. But if you're talking about potential individual threats, anywhere from 100 to half the population that's ever existed on the planet Earth.
So let me see if I understand this. Your people, whoever they are, have this much power behind them, but you're too lazy to rule up front?
Oh, you didn't find your letter. Oh, wow. No. We're not here to rule the world. We're here to set it on fire. We're here to raise every nation to the ground, to run the rivers, oceans, and seas red with the blood of, well, everything.
Why?
Why not? It's the only act that'll ever really matter.
And thus you drive yourself to starvation. Brilliant.
When I said destroy everything, I meant everything.
Well, then why does it even matter what we choose?
because it's fun.
But if we rush back to Boston to try to save our beloved prince, you're just gonna burn everything anyway?
Sociopaths are so tedious.
Look, I don't know what to say to all of you. It's quite simple, really. We have our thing. We engage in the murder, the death, the all sorts of wonderful, vile acts that make living worthwhile. And in the end, there's nothing left. And then eventually the gates of heaven crumble, and even the creator dies. It'll be fun. For us, not necessarily for the rest of you. But this is a plan still centuries in the making. You will probably die by being killed by some hunter or some random diablerist or something well before we finish.
So while he's been monologuing, Riza's been studying the very boring sociopaths. She can tell who the Bruja moron is. She's trying to pick up...
That's actually a good point. Thank you for bringing that up, because
he said he's in the portraits.
Yes, the portraits that Burn saw.
I didn't see that.
But you have seen his face before. Though the last time you saw his face, it was half on fire from the perspective of a Malkavian being killed in a building fire.
Okay. So, definitely culpable. This other asshole, she's basically trying to study him to see, is he actually kindred? Does he smell like brimstone? Like... study, like, what is his bullshit? He doesn't come across as Sabat, necessarily.
He also said ex-Toreador.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Auspex. Does Auspex still have Scry the Soul?
I have Scry the Soul.
Yes, Scry the Soul is still a thing. So, yes, make me a rouse check, and then you will need to make me an intelligence Auspex check. Versus his composure subterfuge.
Okay.
Oh dear.
All together, but do the
rouse check first to see if you develop the point of hunger, and then roll intelligence Auspex.
Okay. 9. I do not get hungry. And then intelligence and Auspex.
Yes. And I will use a storyteller +1, because why not?
And I will use a player +1.
You know what, to be fair, he wouldn't be hiding it.
Did you just roll like shit?
9 dice. 0 successes.
3 successes.
All right. So, for those, you gain 3 bits of information.
Okay. I think the first...
So, information regarding this character are...
ex-Toreador with the, like, he's... That could be anti-Tribu, but he doesn't sound like Sabat.
All right. This person is a kindred. As you're reading them, their aura does come up very clearly, that pale hue of kindred, but there's a it's a little bit more of a pale green rather than just the pale. There's this greenish tinge to it that isn't like the normal emotional hues to an aura. It's almost a little nauseating to look at.
Chris knows what that might be, but Riza does not necessarily, so we'll do an occult check on that later.
Yes. And his aura is riddled with diablerie veins.
Okay. So if my husband's not here and you're just gonna keep monologuing, can we just go?
Sure. Unless you want the quick way back.
Is it the quick way towards wherever my husband is?
It would be the quick way back to Boston.
Then no.
Very well. Are you fucking kidding me right now? You had me set this guy on fire, have myself altered to look like him. They come in, start fucking with things, and now you're just going to let them go? It's what the master wanted. And if the master says yes, just like me, as you well know, we do what the master says. Or do you need a reminder? No, there'll be no reason to. Oh, I think there is. I really think there is. And you watch as these auras of green start to form in his eyes and look almost like flames licking up. As he just starts to squeeze his hand. And the person who looks like Tremaine Thoreau starts clutching at his chest and curling up in a ball. You know something? You have been a royal pain ever since you were embraced the first time. And then when you were re-welcomed into this clan, you continued to be a pain in the ass. You never really did properly adjust to being Baali. And he finishes making a fist as he erupts in balefire.
That's not actually... I forgot about the Baali. But yeah. Okay.
Never knew about them in the first place.
Yeah, we'll talk in the car. Alright, bye. Yeah. And all this is happening. Reese is just gonna saunter, you know, a wide circle around the guy on fire to avoid Rothstrecking and just head to the door. Like, she's just over this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people not Malkavians trying to be good at being sociopaths. It's just like, no. No. We invented this game. He is not very good at it.
You think we're playing the same game. That's adorable.
Well, no, he thinks we're playing different games. That's adorable. It's like, oh, no. So, yeah, Riza's just gonna saunter out the back door. Players and NPCs may follow her or not. She is going back to the car.
Isabel and Elizabeth both give a wide berth. Vern, if you do wind up coming to Vienna and you still want to pick a fight, I'll happily give it to you.
Maybe I'll see you in Vienna then. And I'll follow the rest of the group out.
Okay.
Mom's leaving. Everyone get in the car.
Mes amis, we are leaving.
Since this was all a wild goose chase and Mortimer isn't here.
But everything else in the house still is.
I mean, the dude outright told us he was a Baali. Assuming our Toreador friends haven't already been murdered by all of them, you know, we have a lot to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't opt for the quick ending back to Boston because the central pillar of my character has been taken and she needs to get it back.
Okay.
Vern is very conflicted.
That's fine.
So you all hop into the car and take off down the road.
Yep.
I will finally drop obfuscate once we get in the car. There's a reason I didn't want you to see my face.
Elizabeth goes catatonic by her bane.
Oh, well. Did she say she was a Toreador? I forget.
Nope, but you can kind of figure it out.
Well, I mean, she keeps thinking Isabel is a Toreador, so is it? But anyway, we're going back to hopefully.
Oh my God, Fern, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you all right? They didn't hurt you, did they?
I'm fine.
Isabel's all over you.
I dealt far more damage than
Isabel's
I took.
also wearing a fine white fur coat with diamond buttons. Or wait, is it white fur or is it just a white coat?
It was a white coat with fur up top.
Ah, okay, and diamond buttons. So while we're
Dealt far more damage than I took, and it looks like you took something a little different than damage there, Isabel.
I mean, it just screamed me, doesn't it? Though, I mean, just
no, it suits you.
Thank you.
While she's going on about that, I'm gonna dig the letter out and hand it to Charisse.
Okay, I look at what does it say again?
To sum up quickly, the letter is addressed and written directly to Vern, inviting him to come to Vienna because it sounds like Königsmacher also has an issue with Watts, and whether or not you choose to get into their way or not is something else altogether. But also informs you that there is an attempted assassination about to happen on Prince King. So, choice is yours how you wish to proceed.
All right. I can't leave without my husband. The rest of you can make your own choices. You're all adults. You're all embraced and released kindred. But I can't leave. I, for one, do not want Prince King to be assassinated, so Vern, how quickly do you think the local Nosferatu could get a message across the channel? Or, not the channel, well, across the sea.
Depends how caught up they are in all of the other chaos going on.
True. We can
How fast can they usually communicate?
At this time, they'd be able to get the radio signals to England without much issue. Getting it from England to Boston, maybe take a day.
And faster if Boston is a place where Nosferatu aren't treated like shit.
Well, that's why I said a day as opposed to maybe 2.
That's true. Okay. Well, I mean, that's still better than 3 weeks by air balloon, or by magic Tremere balloon, and sorry, kids, but... Okay, actually, GM, so basically, Baali were always framed to me as a stupidly cheesy bullshit clan, so I never really looked into them that much. Can I do an occult check, or whatever it is, to see what I know in character about the Baali?
I will accept occult, or there is no history skill anymore, is there? So occult or academics?
I have an academic skill spec in history, but I also... so it's academics with my history... the history skill spec would give me an additional die?
Yes.
Okay, so either way, it's 4 dice.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's 4 dice. And you said intelligence?
Yes.
And the hunger dice. Yeah, basically, Baali was never framed as something I wanted to bother wasting my brain cells reading about. So I just know they're bad, and they're basically demon vampire or demon allied vampires or something. Or anyway.
Yeah.
3 8s and a 10, so that's 5 successes.
You've heard mention of the Baali before. They're kind of like kindred boogeymen. They're supposedly a lost clan that is actually like an offshoot of the Salubri, or was created by 3 different antediluvians feeding on a different cult of people, and it eventually amalgamized into one clan. All the legends say that they were devil worshippers and they were just vile and evil, and that's why they were stomped out millennia ago, according to legend. But most kindred assume they never existed to begin with, or that they were just a cult rather than a bloodline or a clan.
And based on the whole, oh, you will crumble the gates of heaven, Assuming infernal. Well, I mean, you said Satan worshippers, so yeah, in some sort of infernalism probably happening, according to legend. With a critical success, would I know anything about green flames and an entity called the Worm? If not, that's fine. That's where Chris's mind originally went, because the Baali are stupid and I don't think about them. Or people told me they were stupid.
Well,
I don't know.
The thing is, the Baali are not normally associated with balefire, but the Baali are also frequently referred to as the kindred equivalent of black spiral dancers.
Yeah.
So within this fiction, for the player's edification, yes, these are kindred that walked the spiral.
Okay.
They're the same thing as Fomori, Nefandi, black spiral dancers. Okay. They're just kindred that walk the spiral instead.
But as far as kindred lore goes, they're kind of horrible like the Sabbat, but worse, but probably also never existed. But then that actually fits into the pattern of, this seems like Sabbat bullshit, but like long game, which isn't Sabbat bullshit, and also not the Sabbat. So what is worse than the Sabbat? It's these guys! Okay. Yeah. So, sure, Riza's migraine slightly dissolves, goes down a scotch, because she's like, oh, well, something makes kind of horrible sense now.
I'll say that on your critical success, in one of the books that you were allowed to glean from the mages, or that Charisse was allowed to glean from, there was talk about defense against balefire, which is something that Nefandi and Fomori can use. And that seems to meet a lot of the same criteria as balefire. Again, the protective charms and spells referred to in that book are not things kindred can replicate, but you're pretty sure that these creatures are of a less than savory nature.
So, fun fact, kids, have y'all ever heard of the Baali?
Not until this minute.
Imagine psychotic vampires who are worse than the Sabbat and possibly infernal demon worshippers. So awful that supposedly they were all destroyed 1,000 years ago or never existed. But look, we just met one. So this all fits the pattern of, well, this could be Sabbat, but it seems both worse than the Sabbat, and also they don't do the long game. I think we just found out what does.
Yeah, I dare say we did.
And if the stories of demon worship, or the stories of devil, satanic bullshit are true, then that whole crumble the gates of heaven, well, that makes sense. So either they are grossly powerful and all this is true, or they're just grossly powerful and delusional. I don't... Actually, do I know demons exist, more or less?
Kindred have been called demons a lot over the years.
A lot of things are called demons, but she doesn't necessarily know Demon the Fallen lore, because that's a different book.
Yeah, also we don't know if they are going to exist in the V5 continuity. So.
True. But I mean, something has to keep fucking up the Order of Hermes, and it's always infernalism. The Nefandi have to be worshipping some... Well, we don't have Nefandi yet. Oh, frickin' V5. This system isn't done baking! I need more books!
But we know the werewolf system is coming out, which means there will be black spirals.
Yeah.
So the worm does exist. And because spellcasters exist as antagonists in the book, I rule that the mage circles exist, and therefore Nefandi, and because the other versions all exist, the Fomori.
Mm-hmm. So Riza is aware of, yeah, sometimes not so evil things are called evil, but there's also evil things. Maybe this is in the actual evil thing category.
What you know about Nefandi and Fomori could fill a thimble.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a whole talk of those in kindred circles, and it's not like anyone's really getting together with the werewolves to talk about that black spiral pack that was taken out just outside of Hartford, Connecticut, you know?
I dare say there are probably sometimes infernalism bullshit going with the Tremere, but given that they're the Tremere, they probably shut it down before they let anyone know about it.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Yeah.
Fadir, thank you for the GM+1. Anyway.
So again, again, for the player's edification, because I don't know how or if this will ever come up. Again, all the origin stories of the Baali are kind of right but kind of wrong, because the Baali are all made from other clans, kindred that walk the spiral.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that, but in character, it's whatever.
Yeah. Well, again, that's not.
I mean, he
canon.
said he was an ex-Toreador, so she's like,
Yeah.
okay, maybe the Baali are like a sect like the Sabbat.
Yeah.
He also said since you were re-embraced, so I assumed there was some sort of process to change from one clan to another once you were already kindred.
Yep. All right, and also, so I guess Tremaine Thoreau is dead.
You did see him on fire in that vision.
Yeah, so he was on fire.
Has been for some time.
So he was killed with all the Malkavians.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of the Mysterious Three.
Yep.
And so he got doppelganged as well. I really hope all Merchant Prince friends are still okay, because I do not have the influence to tackle this problem, but they might. Or know who does.
Seems strange to me that we are in so far over our heads, apparently, and yet they seem to be wanting to play this game with us as individuals.
They're, alright, I know it's weird. Well, no, you know what, fuck it, it's my word. I can use it. They're actually insane. The kind of insanity that once in a while, like, when a Malkavian is, like, really close to falling to the beast permanently, some of my clan get this way, and that's when the rest of us take him down. Because if one of us goes ballistic, then everyone starts hunting all of us. But yes, it's that kind of... There's a level of insanity where one is willing to destroy the world, including your own place in it, and possibly yourself. Kamikaze isn't a thing yet. Other word. They are almost suicidally intent on their ridiculous goal. Like I said, I don't know if they're actually some kind of demonic vampire bullshit, and that they actually have made deals with Lucifer Morningstar to destroy the gates of heaven, starting with Earth and working their way up, or they could just be insane. But either way, they are dangerous, and they are causing a whole lot of havoc, and they need to be put down. But yes, we are in over our heads, and I don't think any of us here have the ability to actually do that. But we do have friends who might be able to.
And at that, you continue to drive into Paris proper, and since the alarm went off, we should probably take a break before you wind up getting back into things.
Yes. Vern, if you feel like this is overwhelming, that means you're still okay. Because that's
encouraging.
This is an overwhelming amount of apocalyptic mythological bullshit that even I'm finding strains the bounds of my knowledge on all this crap. So, if this is if you're starting to think this is too much, that means, you know, you're okay. Trust me, I'm Malkavian, okay. I know that.
I hope you're right.
And with that, I think, yeah, sit in silence for the rest of the car ride as Riza's angry brain starts, because ultimately, they have her boo. She now has to destroy them.
Mm-hmm.
And if that was the whole plan and you thought we were going to take the quick route to Boston, no.
Well, it wasn't, but you guys opted to leave before finding all the other clues, so...
I mean, people were bursting into flames.
I wanted to get out. I had blown my cover. I had you know, this near stranger toting along behind me.
Who's still in the car like this?
Yeah. I do feel a little bad about that, but it's also kind of funny. I tried to warn her.
Okay, so, chat. I forgot to bring this up at the beginning of stream, but we generally take a 10-minute break. To relax our brains a little bit. So yeah. Take a bio break, get a soda, make some very good ramen, and we will be back in about 10 minutes. Hello chat, we are back. This is Magic Fish Radio. We do tabletop RPG streams on Tuesdays and Saturday nights, though not this Saturday because Easter. On Saturdays we run indie game one-shots, alternating with an ongoing New World of Darkness in Space campaign called Exit to Eden. However, if you are an indie game developer, designer, writer, promoter, fan, and want to run an indie one-shot game with us, join our Discord and come talk to us about it, because that would be awesome. Because I'm probably never going to go to Gen Con again as long as there's a worldwide plague, and I want to play new games. Bring me new games. Hi, Milk Maven.
I was trying.
Yes, John is helping. John is my enabler. But Riza saw the Baali's shadow, and now there will be 6 more weeks of game. So, whoops. It's what my character would do. Anyway,
Yep.
So yeah, this is V5. It's set in the 1920s, so a lot of lore hasn't happened yet, and may change drastically depending on what our characters do while gallivanting about Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Remember,
It'll
chat,
be fun.
remember, chat. You can buy stuff for the people in this game with channel points, not cash, because no one has any. So go to the little bubble and buy us player +1s, player willpower, bestial failure changeover thing, or +1s for the GM. And we might need more. Well, we're gonna need more player +1s going forward for sure, because we're fighting someone who calls themselves the Baali. Might be bad. Oh, thank you. Someone named Actual Dracus bought another player +1. Oh, and another one.
And a third.
I will stop at 3 for now.
Alright. So, that's my GM spiel. But yeah, join our Discord. We're looking for more players for this game, and playing for 4 to 6 more games, so yay. And then more campaigns of other systems after this. And as soon as we figure out what the fuck we're doing, we will post it most definitely on the Discord first. So, and that's the end of my producer spiel. John, where were we?
Well, was there anything else anyone wanted to say before you got back to the hotel?
Oh, at this point, since these assholes are, like, leaving letters for us before we even well, I don't know, that was so clearly a trap. Anyway, yeah, so can I use the Malkavian network to send a message to the Primogen? Or at least...
Sure. Sure. Let's see, you want to use the Malk network for this. Let's call this Resolve plus Auspex. Because you're trying to keep your own mind calm and send a message through the noise of everyone else talking from the foundation of your clan to when the clan dies out.
I have to narrow it down to like 1 point, and yeah.
You have to make sure you talk to the Primogen at the right point in history.
It was
year
2080. It was the year 1900. What? But yeah. So do
or
I
it's the year
add?
20? She's at a rave. What? Oh, I needed this like. God.
You did this a century ago. God damn it. All right. But the fact that the Malk network is so scattershot, it makes it just so immediately weird that 7 Malkavians died horribly in a fire and no one noticed. Especially not the other Malkavians. So, do I roll a hunger?
So.
Do I roll a hunger die?
Yes.
Okay. Did I get the Malk Primogen's name? Don't remember.
You did, but it's been 3 weeks and
Okay.
I've forgotten.
All right. Well, okay.
She's in the notes somewhere.
Yeah, and mine too. Just okay. Roll first. Shake, shake, shake. 10s. That is 4 successes.
Yep. So you are able to get in and ping in on her senses, and you are able to relay your message.
They call themselves the Baali. And that's the message. Send tweet.
Response comes back. You hear the sounds of explosions and screams. Oh, chérie, we've noticed.
Oh, god damn it. Alright.
Remember how the prince was acting out of sorts?
Oh, god damn it.
He just tried to suicide bomb us.
Well, Tremaine Thoreau is dead and is also a doppelganger, so.
Oh, well, this entire evening has been a waste.
Thoreau died with the 7 Malkavians, so he was one of the other Mystery 3.
Oh, very well. Well, we should have this wrapped up shortly, and
Also someone called Koenig Macher.
Königsmacher,
Koenig
the kingmaker.
Yes. He's involved in all this bullshit, too.
Right. Well,
Good luck.
We'll meet with you for a debrief shortly.
Yes,
We'll meet you back at the hotel. We need to fix the hierarchy here first when this is wrapped up.
Do you know if they've attacked the hotel yet, or infiltrated?
Not that I'm aware, but there's plenty of security there. You should be fine.
Let's hope. Alright. Good luck, Primogen.
You too, child. You too.
Oh, and it seems that they permanently kidnapped my sire. So I'm in this, so I ain't leaving.
As I said, we'll talk later.
So Risa just sort of zones out for a little while.
Anything interesting going on in there? I ask when you zone back in.
Oh, just given the Malkavian Primogen a status update, and they've already been, apparently the Prince of Paris just tried to suicide bomb the entire court.
Oh, good.
After he was acting out of sorts, so. She said she
honestly, we should have seen that one coming a mile away.
I mean, princes are ridiculous. They're just, Prince King at least, like, owns it and puts it to good use. Prince is already, like, just to say it, and I can because I'm a Malkavian, no one in their right mind would want to be prince of a city. Be the hand behind the prince, yes, but anyway, so yeah, hopefully the hotel is still safe. But if they manage to if they manage to take the place of the prince of the city of Paris, I'd say it's 50-50.
Is there some place you'd rather have the driver take you?
Nope. I don't know where else is safe. Like I said, at least here we have 50-50. 10 kindred were burned in a random in a Malkavian haven. There's nothing safe here.
Paris has never been a safe city.
We could go get lost in the catacombs.
I am not against this idea yet, but I do have things I need to do.
So you all manage to pull up to the hotel, at which point you are greeted outside by several very familiarly dressed individuals.
Big German bros.
Yeah. They,
Yeah.
Are we dragging Elizabeth in, or is she on her own feet again?
I mean, if one of the
big dudes
Hessians will drag her back in if necessary, but 3 of them approach the door, 1 to open it, the other 2 are checking the streets, checking the windows.
Yeah. Riza will say quietly to the Hessian, keep an eye on her. She seemed to be a hostage, but that was a very fucked up place. Oh, does he speak English, or does she have to say it in French?
No, he seemed to understand, and he responds with "Ja, so once you 3 step out, he hoists her up, and again, the other 2 are watching everything as you all move your way back inside, and security's a little bit lighter than you remember, but you think that's because some of those Hessians had to step away with
with the prince's court being on fire?
Also because Hubert stepped away and said he had to go have a word with the prince himself, so some obviously left with him.
Damn it. I forgot.
How do you think they called him out?
Oh, so he went toe-to-toe with with the Auspix game. I like this guy. All right.
I should hope so. Put a lot of love and care into him.
Hopefully, he's not dead yet.
When your favorite vampire PC comes in as a secret God King NPC, but like the good one.
He's not a secret God King NPC, but I did roll his encounter with the prince.
Oh dear.
There was a chance he was going to lose. He didn't. I'm not gonna lie. It came really close.
Oof.
You are not the prince of the city. You kiss way more effectively. You kiss much better than he does.
Honestly, the truth of it is that the prince had a mole on his thigh that he was very, very proud of. Like, there are statues and paintings of the prince where this mole is very prominently featured.
Like the pirate
the doppelganger
on
does not have the mole.
Like the Captain Morgan pose. All portraits of this prince are just the Captain Morgan. He originated it. Okay.
Yeah.
That's
so
Paris.
And the fact that this prince has currently been walking around a lot more debauched than normal means he also was exposing that thigh. And Hubert's like...
Anyway, this is things we will learn in game in a little while, I think.
Yeah.
Because Rita will definitely ask.
So yes.
Anyway.
You are all brought upstairs. Elizabeth is put into one room. I assume Isabel goes with the 2 of you. Can we have one room? The 3 of us? I think I would feel safer with the 3 of us in one room rather than each in our own room.
I'd be all right with that.
Fair enough.
And she just sort of strokes.
You guys aren't gonna try anything again in my room, right?
I mean, do you want to join in?
No.
Okay. We'll wait till we'll put a necktie on the door.
At the suggestion of things going on, Isabel starts looking very hopeful and starry-eyed.
Senpai noticed me!
She is still 1 dot bloodbound.
I very distinctly roll my eyes directly at her.
And you don't know she's 1.bloodbound, which is even
No,
better.
I don't.
She's just hot for teacher.
Yeah, I really think she's just into Riza.
I mean,
So
who
the
would
three of you getting
The ace person.
I'm ace too. I just didn't realize I was when I first built her.
Yeah, no, I just
This is how
meant
allies
Vern is
act,
also ace, so Vern is not interested in Riza.
right? All right, so yeah, the brief bit of goofing off helps Riza relax a little bit, but she's still very bitch face mode going into the office.
No, you were escorted to one of your rooms on the
all right.
Yeah, on the 12th floor.
We can't go to the office?
Apologies, Fraulein. The office is being used as a temporary command center at the moment, and
oh well, we have a hell of a lot of intelligence to report to whoever's in command right now.
Jawohl, come along then.
Thank you.
And they take you up to the 13th floor with Elizabeth now locked in a room down there, coming down off of her bane.
And hopefully being
Tragic.
watched, because while Chris knows what's going on, Riza met this woman for 5 minutes in a place filled with people calling themselves the Baali, who have been repeatedly doppelganging people. So if it wasn't clear, she was telling that German guard, keep an eye on her in case she's evil.
Yeah.
I'm 90% sure she's not any more or less evil than the rest of us.
I mean, that's fair.
But, you know, I haven't necessarily seen fit to share that piece of information with you yet.
So you all emerge onto the 13th floor, and there is a hub of activity. There are fewer people here than there were before because you remember many of them marching down just before you left. But they have set up now new radio communications and are communicating with what agents they have currently out throughout the city of Paris. And I forget, did anyone here speak German?
I did.
Okay. So Vern, you are also hearing you're hearing some of them communicating with resources that are being requested to come in and are currently being shipped in from the German and Austrian headquarters to get to France and specifically Paris sooner rather than later. Because now there have been reports of an attack on the city and they need to lock this down if for no other reason than to protect the masquerade. Not to mention, one of our biggest contract holders is ordering everything.
He has ordered the Apocalypse package. And that's
the Survive the Apocalypse package.
There should be one of those specifically.
There is. He just didn't know he needed to order it until he started going through the piecemeal ordering. Don't worry, they'll charge him accordingly.
You know, this is a lot to deal with a la carte. Just give me the whole thing.
Yeah. When you all get up there, there is one person who seems to be having taken charge at this point. Is a woman. She's about 6'2", really short cut red hair. Not broad, but defined shoulders. And while she's not wearing the jacket that everyone else is, her dress shirt is a bit tight in the arms, so you can see the muscle definition even without the flexing.
Ooh.
And
later, focus.
And she is currently giving orders and receiving updates from people throughout the room. She is shouting orders in German and receiving shouts back. Vern, you understand this. People are relaying contact information. Found cell down by Rue Morgue. Okay. Eliminate post haste. Keep it quiet. This one. There have been a series of explosions at the court. Reinforcements to the court. Go. You know, all of this is going off around you.
So Riza doesn't speak German, but if she's assuming they know what happened at the court because everyone's a lot more freaked out than they were when we left. And that's the kind of thing that freaks people out. So, Risa will walk up to the tall lady and wait patiently for a moment because doesn't want to interrupt the tall glass of brawny water.
This had better be important, Fraulein. Go, go, go.
Pulling the entire stack of papers out of the bag that I have. I'm just
good.
like, I stole this from Tremaine Thoreau's estate.
Tremaine Thoreau is dead and was replaced by a doppelganger by a group calling themselves the Baali.
Okay. So you unfasten the satchel.
Oh no! Oh god damn it!
And reach in, and you didn't notice this at first.
They're an incendiary device.
Because you were panicked throwing things in, but there's a very firm bit of something in the back of this satchel, and it is at this point that you become aware of a ticking noise.
Damn.
I have Auspics up.
That was the trap.
I have Auspics up, so where's the nearest window?
That would be through those doors to the window behind the office desk.
Out the window.
Okay, out the window.
So you turn it out, papers flying everywhere. Roll me a strength athletics check to make sure you throw it with enough force to get it through the reinforced window.
Use a player +1.
I sure will.
Or we piss off our only confirmed allies.
There are 3 10s among that.
Nice.
And 2 other successes. So we're at like
8.
So first, Vern knocks out the wall, and then the explosion happens.
So you hear the first click from the latch coming undone, and then hear the tick, 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 tick. Vern, you feel the plate, and you feel the tick, 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 tick. No!
Nope.
Oh my god.
And it shatters through the window and sails across into the alley behind as you watch the explosive charge inside the satchel go off, shattering windows on the buildings nearby as this ball of fire rains down into the alley.
I can't believe we fell for that. This is like some 10-cent cartoon bullshit. I can't believe I missed that. Oh god. Oh my god.
At least we didn't get exploded.
At least it wasn't the type that activated when you locked the satchel. There's a 50-50 chance on that one. Yeah, you have my attention.
So they call themselves the Baali.
Königsmacher is going to be in Vienna.
Oh, and one of them is Königsmacher, or calls himself that. And they are in.
No, I'm pretty sure it's him, like, properly. I don't... From what I've seen...
So yes.
So the kingmaker from history and legend is part of the fictitious Baali clan, and they're the ones who are currently trying to blow up Paris and Vienna?
They could be a new group of insane, evil assholes who just call themselves the Baali. Either way, they're a problem because clearly they're very into suicide bombing. And their whole villain speech was all about, we're going to destroy all of Europe all the way up to the gates of heaven, which will crumble before us, etc. So very
we want to watch the world burn just to burn the world.
So they're not here to take over vampire society and rule the world. They just want to burn everything to the ground. Whether or not they can actually do that is immaterial for all the damage they're causing in the meantime. Also, a plot that they said planned for a couple hundred years, they're trying to put it all into effect tonight, or at least in the next few days. So this may not be the worst of it. I assume the prince's court has been attacked, and you all know that because of all this. That may not be the worst of it.
One moment. And she begins shouting orders, which you understand, Vern, are telling the forces coming from Austria and Germany to move into Vienna.
Oh, good.
Wipe the city clean if you have to, but protect the masquerade. If you have to kill every kindred in there, kill every kindred in there. This is a much bigger problem than we thought. And here's hoping that works. Also, now here's hoping that, you know, Watts manages to avoid that.
Or not. I mean, I would like to get my revenge on him and, talk. But
this is kind of a bigger deal.
If he goes down, like, am I really gonna complain? I won't have to deal with him anymore.
Vern is vengeful, but also practical. And ultimately, if he got himself mixed up in this bullshit, it's like, just bye.
Well, when Herr Hans comes back, and Herr Fiantelli, we will have to discuss the reestablishment of the budget, because apparently we have to become Europe's peacekeepers.
More or less, since their ambitions is to burn all of Europe to the ground, I suspect this will be a good investment in the long term. Also, I'll go through whatever vetting process you need me to, but these assholes have kidnapped my sire. So I'm in. And I will happily raise hell with you, to the best of my ability, as I am not so martially inclined as y'all experts here.
We'll talk. Right now, I need to make sure all of these forces get someplace before dawn hits in a couple hours. Before we have to go dealing with, apparently, this in Vienna. And we have to make sure that everything is secured here in Paris before dawn hits in about 3 hours. So I will have my people look at this paperwork. Please go downstairs. If I have questions, I will come get you. And if nothing else, someone will definitely come get you tomorrow evening.
Of course. Good evening and good luck.
Fritz? Yeah, this? Yeah.
Riza does not envy this wonderful woman.
And you hear in German the equivalent of, don't start gawking, get back to work. We've apparently got to save the world now. And so you are all escorted back to your room, where the three of you hunker down, with exhaustion finally coming over you all. Is there anything anyone else wishes to say or do before you just sequester away for the evening, or do you all just sort of decompress until day sleep takes you?
Reminds Riza of the fact that I'm gonna have a problem tomorrow night.
Oh, that's it. You did tell us that you ate. Well, I mean, you ate a Baali. Like, if you ate a Sabbat, like, that would be okay. But I mean, Baali are like worse, so I'm sure we can figure something out. I mean, also there are.
Okay, and Philippe did say he would stick up for me if it came to that.
Oh.
But I assume there's still a stigma.
I mean, yes, people will ask questions, so the best thing you can do is be a good, useful kindred and kick ass and take names of the evil assholes bombing the city. And I mean, lots of people come out of the Sabbat Wars with diablerie lines, and they're lauded as heroes. Like, people maybe give them a wide berth, but no one's trying to shoot them on sight, usually. It's just...
I can live with that.
I mean, I'm not planning on leaving this hotel again until our hosts have a plan that I can follow. I mean, we're just gonna stay in the hotel. If you want me to go and talk... did we tell the messieurs about that?
About what?
about the fact that my little friend's Diabler's.
No.
We didn't.
No, we did not.
We might.
I think
if you want, you can stay here and I can explain that to them first, because Toreador also have aspects and they might be on high alert.
fair.
So,
It also occurs to me that we meant to try to send a message with the NOS over to Boston.
yes, we should maybe try. They're probably all over the place right now, but if you know of a way to get a message out.
I mean, I have a phone in the room, right?
Yeah.
There's probably someone still working a switchboard back there somewhere.
Actually, I wonder if I can just call up to the main suite and just say, hey, also, by the way, they're trying to assassinate the Prince Boston. Like, now. Sorry, there's a lot going on.
So you pick up the phone to place the call. It goes down to the front desk first.
It's like, hello. There's a piece of information I still need to relay to whoever is in charge in the main office, please.
A moment. The line goes quiet for a moment, and then you hear the ring before it connects, and you hear the sounds of various German voices, and you hear a male voice pick up the phone going, Jawohl.
Hello. I was up there before, but forgot one little but important piece of information. These assholes are planning to murder the Prince of Boston?
Yeah.
Soon?
Yeah.
So, please get a message sent to Boston. They undoubtedly already have spies there, but, you know...
Jawohl. Yep.
One more city to save, I'm sorry. Good night.
We used to get paid to conquer things. Click.
We used to get... Well, I mean, they're not conquering. They're like, you know, stopping someone else from conquering. That's like conquering.
Maybe a little, sure.
A little. I mean, conquer versus save all of civilization as we know it.
Okay.
But she's off the phone at this point. She's just, you know, it's gonna be fine.
All right. Is there anything else anyone wishes to say or do before day sleep finally takes you all?
Vern, you doing okay, sweetie? So, I mean,
well, I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
A little hungry, maybe.
Oh.
And the hands go straight for the neck.
Look, if we're not
Just
allowed...
deciding to be a little shit again.
She points at Isabel. If we're not allowed to be up to shenanigans in here, then neither are you. Young man.
I am completely joking.
Okay.
I managed to not eat Elizabeth, right?
And she was staked when you met her, so yep, that's good. But, Diablerie does strange things to people, and you just ate what I guess we are calling a mythological kindred, or a kindred thought to be previously mythological. So, I'm here if you need me. I don't know what help I can give, but I know what it's like trying to find a handhold in massive, chaotic insanity. It's possible. It's just, it's not fun, but it's possible.
It'll be fun.
We'll make it fun. Actually, Risa's just gonna take out her tarot cards and not use any auspics or anything. Just like do tarot reading. Just to like chill out.
Sure, make me a composure occult check.
Oh god damn it. Composure. Okay.
But I haven't had to use that stat for much else lately. This seems like a good time to use it.
Composure and what?
Composure occult.
Occult. And a hunger die. My tarot reading makes me hungry. Shake, shake. I rolled a 10, so that's 2 successes, I think.
Yep. So, as you're playing through the cards, because I forget the exact meaning of various tarot cards, I'll give you the general impression that the draws give you instead.
Yeah, that's fine.
As you're drawing through the cards, you see great change in the future, both near and distant. You also get an indication from the cards that a great challenge awaits you further down the line. But the cards also reveal to you that there will be an important reunion in the near future.
Okay, so alright, well, about what I expected at this point, but that's nice. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so Reese is just putting out her tarot card and just sort of just trying to chill out.
Eventually, the hours pass, the sun starts to rise, and so long as none of you attempt to fight it, you all pass into day sleep.
Yep, it's bedtime. After her tarot reading, she probably just goes to bed properly.
Vern.
Yeah?
You find yourself walking along, the sun shining overhead, and you're walking through your family's garden in the back of your home. And you see a figure sitting on the edge of the large fountain that is there in the middle, around which your family had so many parties and soirees. And the figure looks up, and it's your face, your mortal face, but your irises are bright green. They smile, and when they speak, it's like 100 voices all saying the same thing, playing over each other. Hello, Vern. Have a seat.
I will cautiously approach. I do not have a seat.
They pat on the fountain ledge right next to them. Don't worry, I'm not you, regardless of impressions. I won't bite.
Well, that's just mean.
Never
I will sit down, though. What do you want?
We're here to make an offer.
And?
How'd you like your old face back? How'd you like more power? How'd you like to walk in the sun again?
I don't think I want to be here.
Don't you? Have a look. And they tilt their head towards the water in the fountain.
I'll look in, I guess.
The reflection staring back at you is your own face. You're dressed in fineries, the sort you were accustomed to in your mortal life. And then the reflection starts to play out like you're watching a moving picture show. You're walking in the sunshine. You're happy, you're healthy, you are flush with life. But every so often you smile and you see the traces of kindred fangs. And as you watch this figure walk, you see them move with the speed of celerity, disappear from sight with the touch of obfuscate. It could all be yours, Fern. We can teach you, show you. You've already taken the first step. We're already inside you. You just have to make the active choice. All the kindred's powers, none of their weaknesses. And in time, greater powers still. That is what it offers. In exchange for destroying that which is made, that which is created. And you can take as long as you like to do that. Revel as long as you like in the sunshine and the blood.
If that's the choice you offer, I think I want to make my decision another night.
That's fair. That's perfectly fair. It's an open offer. We'll be here long after any other kindred passes away. We Banes are always here for you, Vern. Always and forever.
It's not
But
as
as you-
comforting as you might think it is.
Then how about this for comfort, Vern? Think how much easier it'd be to protect Isabel when there isn't a weakness or a stigma to hold you back. Don't worry. When next you wake, you'll have a taste of what we offer, because the power will flow through you then. We await your offer. We'll be here every time you close your eyes.
I'd say I'd look forward to it, but honestly, I think I'd rather just sleep.
Don't worry, you won't remember this. You'll never remember until you say yes. And your doppelganger reaches out and strokes your cheek, going, and then you'll remember all of it. Everything you lost because of every time you said no until you finally decided to say yes.
Fine then. See you tomorrow, and I'll forget about it then.
Well, you'll forget about it when you wake, though you'll get a taste for what we offer. Sure hope nothing terrible happens in the meanwhile. As everything discorporates around you into the darkness that the day sleep would normally be. Riza.
What?
These are the sorts of moments when you would just sort of start to fade into the background and Charisse would come take her seat.
Mm-hmm.
Something's different. You remember this sensation, but someone had to help you attain this sensation before. But now you're in this large chamber. It looks almost like a surgical auditorium. There are rows of seats here on a second floor, and then down over this balcony on the floor below you, there's a table. And on this table is a body. The staked body of Mortimer. Charisse is already ahead of you, looking over the railing.
Does he look like freshly staked or like desiccated, torpid for a while?
He looks pretty freshly staked. Cherise seems unaware of you as you approach. And as you look down over the railing, a figure starts to emerge from underneath, approaching the table Mortimer is on. Their face is completely obscured, but you recognize that broad-brimmed hat.
Oh, the reflection lady.
The hands come up and lift the hat off as silver white hair falls down. Welcome, welcome. But don't worry, Risa. Cherise is hearing an entirely different conversation right now. This one's between you and me. Because, well, you both want the same thing, but you both don't think about it the same way. You're fun. A lot more fun than most others that try getting in my way. Vern, too. Isabel, well, she's fun to screw with, but that's about it.
I mean, you're not wrong. So far.
So if you're determined to come to Vienna and play out this game a little bit longer, then I have an offer to make, a little bit of a game. I have Mortimer's body, and I have Mortimer's spirit. There is something that I'm having trouble accessing, buried beneath Vienna. And my hands are about to be a lot more full once the Hessians arrive. Yes, I've been overhearing their communications as well.
That's not really a surprise at this point.
You get me what I've been having trouble acquiring, and I will return Mortimer to you. Complete, intact, and ambulatory in his own skin. Because you'll be able to do what Cherise won't. You have the drive to accomplish it.
Just to warn you, I don't always have the attention span.
Oh, but for him you do. She says as she places the top of her middle finger on Mortimer's forehead and runs it down over the tip of his nose, down his lips, his throat, and over his chest to the stake. Cherise might theoretically love him more than you do. But you love Cherise. And you care about the things Cherise cares about.
And several things she should, but doesn't know how to yet.
Exactly. See, I knew you were the reasonable one.
I don't like making promises I don't know if I can keep or not, so do you need an answer now, or do I have some time?
You have until you get to Vienna. Because that's when you'll find out where the thing I need is.
Mm. I'll think about it.
Fair enough. Go back to the back of the mind now. Rest up. You'll probably need it. Cherise, you're not quite sure how you got here in this surgical chamber, but that is definitely Mortimer's body on the table beneath you.
Is this a premonition?
And you see a figure step out from underneath in a broad-brimmed hat, which he takes off, spilling down silver white hair.
Do I recognize the hat from the connection that the Permagin put in our brain? Because remember, I that's where Riza gave Cherise the info dump in Astraland.
It looks familiar. It might be related, it might not be. But, you know, you've seen plenty of people with hats like that before.
Mm-hmm. Does she still have all of the wacky blood sigils on her?
When she tilts her head back to look up at you, you can see them all the way around her neck.
Well, you look very evil. Hello.
Oh, I thank you. I try. Or at least, I'm trying this time. It certainly doesn't hurt. I just wanted to let you know that everything's going to pay off for you very soon. Because I know where your Mortimer is. I know where his body is. I know where his mind is. Your long quest will soon be over. The question is, will you get here in time before one or both of them are no longer attainable?
Oh, and I take it you, stand to benefit if I arrive more quickly?
Not necessarily. I just want to see just how much dear Mortimer means to you. See if there's as much between you as there was between us long ago. As she places her finger at the base of the stake in his chest and traces down his abdomen to his waistline. Oh, did he not tell you that he was with others before you?
Well, I mean, it's his prerogative.
Mortimer managed to pry out so many little secrets. And even when I got my hands on him, he wound up managing to scurry away his little mind to keep the secrets that he had learned. To be fair, I was going to return him once I'd made sure that all of my secrets were no longer in his head.
And what changed your mind exactly?
Your cohorts and you are rather fun. It's been a long time since someone has so amused me. And I very much look forward to seeing how this plays out.
Alright, so you're an evil sociopath who likes to play games and might be might be Malkavian yourself, but obviously with some odd blood sorcery. What is exactly the point of this game? I mean, I understand it as just the way of my clan, but are you sure you know what you're getting into?
Yes, I do. Win or lose, I'll gain something either way. And the grander plan will continue and succeed, even if I die tomorrow night. So, really, I do it just for myself.
Well, I must say, it's very refreshing meeting such a confident occultist.
Thank you. I mean, I did learn from the best after all.
Yes, Mortimer, I'm sure.
Oh no. You. When I tore open your brain and read all of its secrets 300 years from now.
What does Charisse have to roll? Is this a dreamy dream, or is this actually telepathy bullshit? Or nonsense? She's Charisse.
Call this resolve awareness.
Okay. Do I have to roll a hunger die?
In this instance, we'll say no.
Okay. Resolve awareness?
Yes.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
Yes, it's telepathy bullshit. Yes, it's dream bullshit.
Okay.
It is telepathy via dream. which is a thing Kindred don't normally do. So Malkavians will on occasion, but Kindred don't really do.
I mean, so what Charisse knows from the mind bridge between her and Riza, Mortimer has been kidnapped, double kidnapped at this point. And she knows about the whole 7 Malkavians died in a fire no one noticed. Someone's fucking with the Malk network.
Yep.
And does she know about, because the Primogen said, mind bridge, like it was metaphorically Riza dumped a bunch of papers on a table in front of Charisse.
Yeah.
But it was meant to be an open channel.
Everything Riza knew up until that point, Charisse now basically had access to and knows.
Okay. Including the scary lady reflection in the glass with the big hat.
Yep. You recognize her face now, but the hat was, didn't necessarily have to be her. When you just saw the hat from above.
And the appearance of the mythological Baali, or people claiming to be them.
That wouldn't have come up yet. Or for Charisse, anyway.
Okay. So that wasn't an ongoing...
No, it wasn't an ongoing thing.
Okay.
No. Don't worry, Vern will explain everything in the morning. or in the evening. As Drax's eyes go like, what?
Yeah.
I'll have to do what now?
I'll have to recompile my notes. It'll be fine.
Yeah, at the point Charisse is like, oh, this is not a dreamy dream.
No, it isn't.
This isn't, okay. Alright. Well, I will take your offer under consideration. I think that was an offer.
It was.
Well.
Yes. Your I mean, it's still your choice whether or not you wish to run home to Boston to try and save Prince King. But Mortimer will otherwise be waiting in Vienna. But should you choose to go back to Boston, he'll be shipped back to you eventually.
Once you've left him doubly an empty husk and shell.
No. I still care deeply about Mortimer. I would never destroy what he was. I just want to make sure that he never remembers and reveals any of my secrets.
Well, you clearly don't care about him enough to trust him. Unless it wasn't that kind of relationship.
It rarely is amongst kindred.
Really? Not impossible.
Rare. Not impossible. You're the exception. That makes you special.
Not so special, just open-minded.
You will be. Oh, you will be. As everything discorporates and you return to the darkness of day sleep.
Well, that was disturbing. I'll decide when I wake up whether I want to freak out about this or not.
Come the new evening, everyone make me a rouse check, please.
Rouse check is just 1 die?
1 die, success or failure. That's all I need to know.
Success!
Success for me as well.
Isabel failed. She wakes up hungry.
Damn. Poor Isabel.
Elizabeth also wakes up hungry.
Not really surprising.
Well, Elizabeth isn't in this room, so not our problem.
Yep. So the 3 of you wake, start to rouse yourselves. Out of curiosity, did Riza tidy herself up before she went, expecting Charisse to come back out, or is Charisse still dressed like Riza?
I mean, she's only got like, I mean...
How many buttons are popped is the question.
Well, I mean, she would have gotten dressed for bed.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, it's really the same thing. It's just there's some negligee. No, Charisse did the packing. There wouldn't be negligee, so it's really just the same nightgown either way.
Riza's taking this moment like, ugh, how can she wear this to bed? no room to breathe. Not that we breathe, but...
Actually,
So yes.
Odds evens. 'Cause there's something else. Someone call it.
Odds.
Nope, okay. Riza, put away the tarot cards before going to bed.
All right, so Vern, you awaken. Charisse, you awaken.
Charisse
Isabel
is a little disturbed. Like, Charisse is a little disturbed because she's in the wrong room. Oh no! What happened again? What? It?
Oh, hi, Charisse.
How did I get
Oh, this
here?
is going to be complicated.
Oh, the world went to hell last night. And we all decided to crash in the same room just for safety. Isabel's insistence.
Is this to do with the missing Malkavians and things being erased from the madness, from the Malkavian knowledge and things?
Oh, good. You know something of what happened. That was only like half of it.
I remember some of it. So there was, someone's been replacing kindred with doppelgangers. I think a lady came to my dreams to threaten me while I was asleep, so apparently there are a lot of Hessians involved.
Vern, at the mention of a lady entering into the dreams to threaten, you get this chill up your spine and you're not sure why.
Perhaps we avoid that subject.
Alright, something told me that if I go to Vienna sooner rather than later, I get, my husband back. I don't know whether or not to trust this source of information.
It's telling you the truth.
Alright.
I think you and I have reason to go to Vienna. I'm
But
not sure about Isabel. Will you be joining us in the questionable decision to go to Vienna?
I don't want to leave either of you alone. But I don't know what help I can be there. I don't know what help I could be back in Boston either, but I think I might be more help back in Boston than I will be in Vienna.
Oh yes, and someone's trying to kill Prince King?
Yeah.
Alright.
Would either of you hate me if I went back?
No, dear, I mean...
Absolutely not.
If something is part of all of whatever is going on is also trying to assassinate Prince King, then if one of us goes back to Boston, there's a greater chance of foiling their plans.
Then I guess after we speak to everyone upstairs, I'll arrange for my own travel back.
I'm
probably for the best.
Did we meet more members of this cartel? I have the vaguest notion that
I'm gonna need a moment to get all of my thoughts in order from what happened yesterday, and then I will catch you up entirely.
All right.
Oh, incidentally, Vern, you feel great. You feel fantastic because all of your diablerie bonuses did.
Charisse, do you notice?
Notice what?
That was more of an out of character question. Well, it wasn't like.
Well, that's it. I'm a heightened senses compulsion, not an aura perception compulsion.
Okay, so you probably don't notice.
Not yet, no.
Yeah, that's
you
a
just
whole
think
other character.
I'm really just. I woke up feeling good this morning.
Well, that's good. I mean, probably the mayhem has gotten your adrenaline up.
You could say that.
I'm trying to put... I feel like I remember more than I usually do when I have one of these funny turns. But still not everything. Actually, wait a minute. The notebook.
How well did Risa keep notes?
Well, it basically goes, I think Charisse was writing down the, doppelgangers, missing Malkavians, 3 mystery, and then someone else's handwriting is filling in, Thoreau is one of the doppelgangers and dead.
Green flame.
Green Flames.
Sociopathic D-bag.
Yeah, sociopathic D-bag, underlined, so overconfident, and she's like, oh, alright, this is probably similar to the person who talked to me. Because they're just so very overconfident, aren't they? For suicide bombers?
They literally have nothing to lose.
Huh. So she wants something from me in exchange for Mortimer. But she's part of a group whose ultimate goal is destruction of the entire planet. So what incentive is there to trust these people? Really?
All I've got at the moment is the consistency of their stories.
Oh, alright.
But also, do they have any reason to lie to us? They might. They very well might.
The Baali just let us leave because they are so overconfident and full of themselves in their badly designed games.
Oh, they're definitely playing some mind games.
Alright. But we invented that... She crosses out a word. Malkavians invented that, so watch out. Alright?
It's around that point that there's a heavy knock on the door.
I wasn't wrong.
Isabel goes to open the door, and you are greeted by 3 Hessians who are maybe a little bit dustier than they were the last time you saw them.
Oh, goodness.
Apologies. We've not had time to change.
Wasn't gonna hold it against you. We're kind of in the middle of a war.
Please. Hethiontari would like to have a word with you all.
Hethiontari... Oh, alright. We did meet more members of the Cartel. Alright.
At which point, the 3 of you are brought into the elevator and brought up to the 13th floor. And as the doors open, that's where we'll end this particular chapter.
I would say Risa was like, wait, the Baali are real?
Yeah, I would like to deal with catching Charisse up and all of that next week, because
because
I'm
it's
tired.
So...
It's 11.
You're tired, I'm tired, work tomorrow.
Yep. Alright. Well, chat, yeah, it looks like we have 4 to 6 more sessions to go. We are going to start a new campaign in a different system after that, which was the whole point of the Tuesday night game, was to play lots of different games. And depending on whether or not our characters survive, it has been said that maybe sometime in the future we can come back in another time period as the same characters. Maybe 300 years in the future, when Charisse gets her brain ripped open by a Baali.
That future can still be prevented.
And I thought Drew's dreams were messed up. Well, did Drew ever dream of the Baali? I don't know. I don't think Neil and Sean would allow that nonsense, which is why Evil John had to play a Giovanni. Anyway, 20 years ago. Oh,
yeah.
God, it was 20 years ago. Anyway, focus. This is Magic Fish Radio. Thank you for watching. Now, or from the future via VOD. We have our VODs on Twitch and YouTube, or we should, unless in the future one of those explodes. I mean, look at the situation we're in game. I'm not gonna discount anything at this point. On Tuesday nights, we run Vampire the Masquerade V5 set in the roaring 1920s, hence we get to play with the black and white filters. Subject to change, but watch our Twitter and join our Discord to find out what the next campaign adventure is. Meanwhile, as we have 4 to 6 more games to go, we are totally open for more players if you want to join a 6-week campaign fighting the Baali. They're like the Sabbat, but worse. Yay!
It'll be cool.
It'll be cool. Also, on Saturday nights, we run Exit to Eden, which is New World of Darkness in space. And if my brain fog clears, we are also looking for new players to join that if we want. Kind of an open-end game. Scheduling is changing a bit due to the nature of the planet in the real world. The planets in this fantasy world are real fun, though. And every other Saturday night, alternating, is indie game one-shot night. Someday I'll find a better title for it. Where we run and play in one-shots of indie games we've discovered or loved or, in some cases, created. We have a few creators in our community. And if you are an indie game, tabletop RPG designer, writer, artist, promoter, fan, Kickstarter, and you want to run a one-shot on our stream of your game for us weirdos, get in contact. Join our Discord. I suck at all other social media and suck only marginally less at Discord. Also, it's much easier to talk to other people on our channel if my body has failed for weeks at a time and I cannot answer anyone's messages. Again, sorry everyone. Spoony life is a bitch. But yes. And we're on Twitter and technically on Facebook, but no, it's not worth it anymore. Yes, join us. So yes, again, thank you for watching. I have been playing Charisse Lowell because this is the game I don't have to run. I just have to run the OBS and do 2 accents, but I'm good at it, and it's awesome. I'm good at the accents. Not really anything else. And I have nothing else to pitch right now. I'll be in a charity stream sometime on May 1st. Details of that will be on my Twitter. We're playing Lancer, and I'm looking forward to it. And now y'all take over. I don't know if I forgot to say anything else.
Dracus?
Anyway, yeah. Do outros. I'll look for someone to raid.
I think you got everything. So, hi, I'm Dracus. I've been playing Vern this evening. I don't know what the next 3 weeks hold for me, but after that, theoretically should be here all the time and it'll be great. The only other thing I really do is I make short films sometimes. I've been putting together my portfolio on that recently, so keep an eye on Discord. I might put some links in there. It'll be cool.
And I don't do pretty much anything on the internet aside from this when, we have the players to do so. So, thank you all for joining us. Hopefully you all had fun. We also might need someone else to run the OBS in the event we're down another player.
As much as I seem to enjoy talking, I don't really relish the idea of being the one player in a tabletop. No offense, Dracus, you've got stuff to do, don't feel bad about it, but no, I would rather just postpone game than be the only player.
No, I meant me run the OBS in the event you're out sick, so we can still put content up.
We can work on that.
Yeah.
I think we were talking about that before I was felled by a pollen bane.
Yep, and you said you'd get back to me about it.
Yes. Well...
It it's a thing that happened. We'll work on contingencies going forward, but otherwise, I'll be here, hopefully creating content for you all to enjoy for the foreseeable future.
Woohoo!
So, yes, by all means, go have fun, treat yourselves well, treat everyone else well, punch a Nazi, make life worth living.
I'm almost sad we're working with well, no, Hessians aren't Nazis.
No, they're not.
They aren't.
They're not. So okay, that's cool. Would we get to punch any Nazis? Or is it?
I would like to punch a Nazi given the chance.
It's the 20s though. I don't think did they exist before the 30s?
They didn't really exist as a thing people knew about until the 30s.
Although, if instead of a Modern Knights sequel campaign, we did a World War II sequel campaign,
these are going to be your options. If you guys want to stay in Europe, we can run a World War II game where you get to eat some Nazis. Number one.
Oh, good.
Number two, if we go to a Modern Knights campaign, you can all eat some modern-day neo-Nazis. Or possibly some
I hate that you can say that, but...
Wow. I actually forgot about that for a moment, and I'm sad I remembered.
Anyway.
The other option is that there might be kindred Nazis running around that you can also eat in the Modern Knights. Yeah. Because there were kindred that actually bought into the Nazi party bullshit.
Yep.
Or were Nazis and then embraced. So there are options. Mostly it comes down to how badly you might want a cell phone.
I mean, I'm doing okay with the notepad.
Yeah.
No.
The other question, of course, being, would your current character stay in Europe? At which point, you might have to play new characters during World War II. Because I don't know how much Vern's going to want to travel back across to Europe to eat Nazis. But if we're in the Modern Knights, there are neo-Nazis for you to eat, yeah.
Anyway, these are all things we can talk about on Discord, because there is, well, aside from our private thread for organizing this stuff, there's also a thread for Eldritch Adversaries, and we can all talk about, where in history should we go next and punch things? And eat things. And if Baali tastes this good, how would Nazis taste? Shitty yet satisfying. Alright. So, is there a Nazi consumption challenge? No, but I would allow this conversation on the Eldritch Adversary channel and nowhere else because Nazis suck. Well, no, we suck on Nazis. Well, the vampire Nazis suck. Anyway,
Nazis suck, but for different reasons.
I am running on fumes, and I am going to nerd spiral. So,
Let's find someone to raid.
We are going to raid, We Are Nerdsmith. Oh, hi, Flavorous Bob. Where am I going to find a Nazi at this time of night? Hey, we're vampires. We can find anything at any time of night. Otherwise, we starve to death. Hi, Bob. So yes. We are going to raid We Are Nerdsmith, who are running Shenanigoons, which is a 5e D&D campaign, which is very, very funny. And, oh, my brain. Okay. Loading raid! Before I forget again. So, again, thank you all for tuning in and watching, live or from the future. Until we see you next time, which will be next Tuesday, because we're not having a Saturday game this week. Please take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Please Diablerize responsibly and punch Nazis whenever you can.